Well, hello, Cranky. Hey, Jack Stacks. How you doing, guys? Monday night. We haven't done this in a while. It's been 4 weeks. Holy cow!
Yeah,
It's
already.
getting back to getting back to normal here. I had done a video saying I was taking a break, but I still got to come hang out with Cranky, and I like I said, I am taking a break, but this
This is our thing.
I consider this still taking a break. So, and with silver as expensive as it is, I can't even imagine going to the coin shop right now. Mustard and Biscuits is here. What's up? And it's just kind of crazy. Just sitting back and watching for now. So
Yeah.
How are you, Cranky?
I'm just cranking along. We're talking a little bit before. I just been, I ain't been able to catch up for forever and a day, and I just seems like I'm getting farther and farther behind. But all things considered, we got a trace of snow, and it's been cold and windy, and all of
we
that.
can send you some of ours.
Yeah, you can have it. You can have it. It was really funny because north of us, it was pretty bad, and then like down in Missouri, but I just got back from Grandma Cranky's here a week ago, and they got 6 inches, and we just got like a dusting, but it's cold and windy.
Oh, it's doing
like 5 below.
Yeah, it's same thing here. It's not in the negative numbers yet, but we did have a couple of days where it was like, some people refer to it as disrespectful. It was painful to go outside. So, Mother Nature was being really disrespectful, and like I was telling Cranky before we went live, I said, where I'm at, it's one of those situations where you go out, you shovel, you find the sidewalk, and it's gone. So you go out there and shovel and find the sidewalk again, and it's gone again. And we're working on digging out for like the 5th time in 5 days. So, and then of course the plow trucks don't help matters any, because you just get your driveway cleared and boom, here they come. Then you end up with 2 feet of junk at the end of your driveway that gets hard as a rock.
The heavy stuff. Yeah. There's 3D Woodworks. Hi, 3D.
Yeah, blue collars here.
Blue collar. Hiya.
Yeah.
Jack Stacks. I got a surprise for you, Michi.
Okay.
And I'm glad Jack Stacks is here because
210's here also.
Hiya, 210. It involves him, and honestly, 3D. I was just telling Michi, I'm like, a month or 2 behind, but as will be evidenced here in just a minute. But it's really more like I've been behind since last June or so. And 3D will know what I'm talking about. I got a package that's supposed to go out way back when. This project turned into I don't know, like it was kind of like a U.S. Postal Service. It's a 14-month project, but anyways,
man, yeah.
Anyways,
210's here and Silver Stallion's here also.
Hi, Silver Stallion. Way back when, 3D Woodworks knows, and I assure you, it will go out before the first quarter is up. 3D. I'm tired of moving it around, but here's the shortest little bit that I'm behind. I'm gonna do something real quick. Here's my this came from this this came from T-Bird and Mrs. T-Bird. Nice Christmas card from him. That was very, very nice. I am ashamed of all this. This one just recently came. 2nd of January it was posted, so it was probably, I think I got this last week. And this was cool. I wasn't expecting this at all. But this is from Crawdaddy Stacks. Yeah, got a nice note in here. Love your channel. Content's always entertaining. We'll I'll see. I'll do my best to rectify that, Crawdaddy. But he's got a really cool poker chip here that he included for me.
Yeah.
There's the front. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yep. And that brings me to the star of the show today is one and only Jack Stacks. Dun, 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 dun. He sent me this. It's postmarked the 3rd of December of 2025, and this came last week.
Yep.
So
definitely sounds like our postal service.
But yeah, but I did full disclosure. I eke a peek in the envelope. I cut it open here. I didn't do the whole thing. It says, "Hi, Cranky mate. Here's my new poker chip for you and Michi. Hope you're keeping well. Have a great Christmas and a happy New Year. From your buddy across the pond, Jack Stacks, 64, aka English Dave." It says, "P.S. A little Christmas present for you." Now, Michi, this is going to be good because he's a great guy, and I did get your email. I just opened it about an hour ago. I can't find the time to be in studio or much anything these days and actually have my heart in it and get stuff done. So yeah, here, Michi, this is from Jack Stacks.
Very nice.
And yeah. So I'll send one of them off to you. Hopefully you'll have that by next Christmas. And then he included, and this was so nice of him. This was in one of his videos. This is the coolest little thing. And Jack Stacks, English Dave, thank you very, very much. This is cool. This is a 9mm diameter. It's an 1848 Victorian half, and I think I would say it says half D. Now I'm not sure. He can probably fill us in on that. Being a former Scotch drinking fellow, that would have been a half dram, which model 1848 half D.
Oh, very nice.
Isn't that cool? This is,
let's
see if you can get it to focus a little better. There's there's one side, and then this is the side, the Victoria side.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's just way cool. I don't even have words for it. This is really cool. Thank you so much. And I swear I will get caught up one of these days with all my friends on YouTube. I just haven't even done any videos. I mean, when's the last time you saw a video from
it's been
my
a minute
channel
since I've done one, except for when I told everybody I was taking a break and kind of vented about certain individuals on YouTube.
Yeah. Jack Stack says D means pence before they went decimal. So
yeah,
that's kind of what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Thank you so much, English Dave. That's a way cool piece. And I'll see if I can find something as cool. In fact, I've got some stuff for him, and I've got to get that out to him along with a few other things. But
actually, I've still got to run and grab something for you to send with it. I haven't been able to, with everything going on, I haven't been able to get down there.
There you go, Jack Stacks.
To grab it. So.
I'm just waiting on Michi.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, 7 Stacks is here. Hello, 7. Well,
hi, 7 Stacks. That's just the coolest thing. I'm just blown away by that. That is phenomenal. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much.
I like the little ones. I like the little ones.
Yep. I got a little Kruger end that ain't much bigger than that.
Yep.
A gold Kruger end actually.
Yes,
But
I do too. And then I even I've got a couple. Well, I've got more than a couple, but these little Canadian 5 cents from back late 1800s that are like tiny. I'm afraid to take them out of the flip. I'm afraid I'm going to lose them.
that's a kind. Yeah, I was gonna say that's the kind of thing you like drop it on the carpet and there
It's gone.
gone. Yeah.
Eventually the cat will find it.
Jack Stacks also sent me that email that I opened up earlier. He's got a collaboration with a company over there. I don't know whether he's okay with me sharing, what he's got going on,
Mhm.
but it sounds really, really cool, and it's going to be a very cool thing once he gets it finished up. And I think, I don't know, I think it was Valui that he's working with, if that throws
Cool.
any hints in. But I'm not gonna um, spoil his surprise. I think he did a video, and I see this. I haven't even had time to watch videos and things like that. Pretty sure he's got a short, and it has some killer music, and I haven't watched it yet. So y'all go to Jack Stack 64's channel and watch it, because she's got a collaboration going. It's going to be way cool. And if you haven't subscribed to him, subscribe to him. He's one of a kind. Very, very nice man. All right.
Oh, 3D is ducking out. He's got to get back to work. 3D, thanks for stopping in, buddy. Glad you were here.
Hey, 3D, I may give you a call. I got a new machine that I'm very, very curious about. Here, I'll show you while you're here before you go out. This is the newest thing in the Cranky studio. Let me there we go.
Here, let me make you big here so everybody can see what you're talking about.
This is I can now roll my own sheet.
Oh, wow.
And half round and square wire.
Cool.
It's a milling roller. So I got questions. I'm thinking probably 3D has got one of these and knows how to use it. So I'll try and get a good time when I can get a hold of him. Anyways, yeah, that's cool. And I started. I poured this. This was a bar yesterday. That I just poured into a graphite mold and then started. I'm not at all near done, but this is how the square wire is going to be formed up. I'm about halfway through the first size. You can kind of see where it's got its edges. But anyway, that's what's going on with that. So the Louis Silver, I asked them to make. Yeah, Jack Stacks is talking about that. So anyway, I'm sorry. And it has a cranky. What?
It has a cranky. It's not just a crank, it's a cranky.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
I think that's what she meant.
Yeah, you're right. It does. And you know what? You can go, it's bidirectional. So it can go bipolar, bidirectional. Well, anyway, whatever.
There you
go. All right. Well, back to reality. So what are you thinking about silver, Michi? You think it's going to go?
Oh, the way it's looking, it looks like it's going to keep going up. And I'm waiting to see what it's going to do. So I really haven't had any time to talk to anybody at the shops, but
yeah.
You know, a lot of people are still selling, and I know it's getting to the point where I know the one place right here up the road from me, he's running out of room. So when he's buying, when I was in there the last time, he was buying 10 back a spot. and
Good
people were still
night.
selling. Yeah, people were still selling. So
Well, if you're dollar cost averaging, I mean, and I've been looking at that. I've been looking at maybe getting rid of, not getting rid of, but doing a swap for some small gold.
yeah,
And it wouldn't be a lot, but I've been thinking about doing that. And if you're dollar cost averaging, I'm looking at, really the most I've ever paid, other than like in an auction or a custom pour or something like that. The most I've paid is $45 an ounce,
yeah,
and most of that was between 18 and 35. And when you look at it that way, it's pretty cool right now.
right,
But I worry about people starting to cut it off as far as buying it.
right,
Somebody did a video, and honestly, I'm not doing them justice. It was somebody we're all familiar with, did a video on selling some silver the other day, and um, they weren't really actually able to, like, nobody's buying, not many, I will say, not many are buying 1 ounce rounds, 1 ounce bars.
yeah,
That most of the guys that are buying silver are buying 5, 10 kilo, that kind of stuff,
right,
which I don't have.
right. Yeah, I don't either. Biggest bar I got's 100 gram. So
So, yeah. So what do a lot of the last 3 years I've heard, well, um, it's going to be, and from some of the major players, I might add, yeah, you might have a hard time getting rid of these, 10-ounce bars and kilos and all that. And all of a sudden now that's what they're looking for.
right,
Um, so I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's still all profit at this point, but
yeah.
anyways, there's my little cranky rant there for you
Uh,
folks. Danged if you do and danged if you don't.
oh yeah. Well, uh, as and so they actually the question came up in, I want to say it was one of I want to say it was in one of Blue Collar and Vegas's live streams. I can't remember if it was their Monday Night Metal show or if it was their Saturday Morning Chill show, where with the price of silver now, is the half ounce going to become the new 1 ounce? And I actually think right now it probably is,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean I remember, yeah, even a year ago when I could take $100 bill and walk into into a coin shop and get a decent amount of silver for it with it, and now hell it won't even buy an ounce.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Heck, you can get free shipping from Hero Bullion for 1.5 ounces of silver.
exactly, yeah, yeah,
How about that?
yeah, really.
It's kind of nutty. It's kind of nutty, but
And and then like, even I know it's just little things that can be irritating to me at times. Everybody uses Kitco as the standard for what they're for buying and selling, and I give the guy up the road a hard time all the time because he goes on whatever it is, NBC Financial or CNBC or whatever, to get the price of silver and gold and stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, so you're trusting the media, okay?
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like everybody, and then you can even go through like, and yeah, I bought stuff from well, excuse me, the I call them the big box online stores, shops.
Hmm.
uh and you go on and you look at them, and everyone's got a different everybody's got a different price,
Yeah,
or this is
yeah,
what silver's going for right now, this is what's gold's going for right now, and you go on 4 different sites, you get 4 different prices. And I would think that in the in the guys being honest that everybody should be the same, but it is what it is. But
Yeah, and that's a good point. I would think that there should be some um I don't know, they should establish where they're getting their price point,
right,
their spot at any
yeah,
given part of the day. Like AppMex should put where they're getting theirs, and not just to call them out or anything, but just
yeah,
SD, all them, because you can go on there at the same time on two different devices to AppMex and SD and whoever. It doesn't really matter who the name
right.
is, and they're different, like you said.
Oh yeah,
So
and
where
sometimes
what's
they're
your
not even
source? I
close.
mean, it'd be nice to know, what the source is,
Right.
you know, so that you could pick and choose who you wanted to look at and who you don't. Of course, I guess that's your own due diligence, but ain't nobody got time for that no more. Nobody else has to do due diligence. Why do we?
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
Well, I'm not too too upset with the price of it right now, but it's
well, it's great for the people that are selling. But I step back to the whole stacking on a budget thing, and I mean now literally it's going to get to the point where you walk into an LCS and you literally buy one. If you're doing 90%, you walk in and you buy 1/4 or $0.50 if
mhm.
you're lucky. Because I mean even that, uh, it's the days of $25, 25 times face is long gone.
Yeah.
So
And to your point, half used to be a fractional,
yeah,
half ounce used to be a fractional. Now it's,
yeah,
you know, it's the half is the new ounce, like you said. I I have a few of those. I have a few half ouncers, but
yeah. I've got a couple laying around here somewhere.
it's laying around here somewhere. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna one of these days. I'm gonna and soon. I think I'm gonna pretty much decide what and you know what? I'm also kind of undecided. Do I want to do a straight up silver for gold trade, or do I want to sell the silver, like doing a spot and go thing,
Right.
and get the fiat and just buy it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to talk to Dave down at Coin Huskers and see what he's wheeling and dealing with these days. But haven't even talked to him for a while.
Yeah.
I'm just a mess, Michi. I just a mess. But I
Well,
guess maybe.
sometimes we were all used to being able to buy it here and there, and then it's kind of depressing almost. Where prices go sky high, and the stuff you used to be able to go and buy 3 or 4 of, you can't afford anymore. But
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep a positive outlook on things here as the year goes on, and we'll see what happens. So
I just kind of had an epiphany there. You just said you're used to being able to go on and buy 2 or 3 of those things. Um, as a newbie when I first got started, that's what I wound up going. Okay, I'm gonna buy 5 of these, or 10 of
right,
these, and
right,
save the order until I could get a big order and have the box to open and all that.
right,
And I think maybe that has stuck in my subconscious as far as that's how I need to order.
oh yeah,
Because
well,
honestly, constitutional and a lot of people are always, and like buy a little piece at a time, and
right,
as long as you got it, coming in. I've never really done it that way. I
right.
should,
Yeah.
but
Oh, Sorcerer Stan is in the house. Hey, good evening.
highest sorcerer Stan, what's up?
Yeah. Yeah, and I was talking to somebody. This when I first started paying attention to it and kind of bought my first piece or whatever. It was $28 an ounce, and then I remember everybody freaking out because it went up to 32. And then okay, we're staying steady around 31, 32, and then oh man, it's gonna hit 40, but it's gonna hit 40 before you know it. Oh, what are we gonna do? And it hit 40, and we're like, okay, we cried about it for a minute, and then we moved on.
Yeah.
Now it's like, holy cow. So
Well, I can't remember who I was listening to, but some big bank or something is or some guy that was affiliated with some banks said that, you know, technically, if you follow all the before guidelines, gold should be at 40,000 and could very well go there with
yeah,
revaluation and all that. 40,000 and silver should be 2,500 if you follow the trends of the two price wise in history. And it's like, well, okay, then what do you do with it?
right.
Um, I think I'd pay off all the rest of my debt,
Yeah,
which isn't all that much, but it's it is there.
right, right.
So I think I'd do that. I really do. I think I'd do that and maybe buy an old van and travel to Arizona for the winter.
There you go. Yeah, speaking of Arizona, Stan said it's
Oh,
nice
there,
and warm
yeah.
down there in Arizona.
Stan,
Yeah.
do you need somebody to drive you around at all ever? Are you a drinking man, Stan? Because I don't, and I could certainly be. I'd be happy to come down drive you around
The
Arizona.
professional designated driver.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I drove a limo
Oh,
part time for a
that's
while.
a
So.
I got when I got up yesterday. I got up around noon and turned the TV on, and they were because one of my favorite seasons is getting ready to start here in a couple of weeks, and they were showing the last 2 hours of the 24 hours of Daytona yesterday, and the guy that was doing the play by play, if you will, says he says, "Oh, it's a sunny 79 degrees here in Daytona today as we get ready to wrap up the 24 hours of Daytona." And I was looking for something to throw at the TV.
Yeah, how dare you?
It's like I'm looking out the window and can't see the house next door because it's snowing sideways and the wind's blowing and sounds like something from a horror movie, with the wind whistling. You got the windows closed, but the wind's still whistling. It's like, yeah, I got you 79 degrees there, buddy.
Yeah, Lori and I. By the way, tomorrow's Miss Lori's birthday, so I made a new design. Carved this. It's kind of a semi nugget kind of style, and then this poured out. Um, and it's I got a lot of work to do on that tomorrow, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
pretty cool piece. But yeah, she's
Nice.
having a birthday tomorrow, and we
Oh,
were just talking about, remember those draft dodgers?
yeah.
The little, they were like a tube snake kind of thing that you put in front of your door, and it kept
Oh, yeah.
by the
Oh, yeah.
threshold there. Where did those go? You can't find them anywhere anymore that I know
Right.
of, and they worked. I mean, they were.
Well, when I was a kid, my grandma used to use those little throw rugs that you could get at the dime store. She'd just roll them up, and God, I just aged myself. Dime store. What's a dime store?
Dime store.
She would take those and roll them up, and like roll a couple of them together and stick them in front of the doors, and they work great.
Yep. Anything's better than nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's back in the Dust Bowl days, my grandma used to roll up cotton dish towels and soak them and then lay them on the windowsills and
Oh
door,
yeah.
door jams down there for the dust.
Oh yeah.
It works. And so far we haven't had, my neighbor called me the other day and just kind of, my Gladys Kravitz neighbor, um, called me and just like out of the blue and said, "So have you heard about these exploding trees?" Like, no,
Yeah,
no. Do I?
that's a northern Michigan thing here.
Well, I didn't I never heard of such a thing, and really, and then like the next that was a couple of days ago. Then yesterday, a video showed up on my on my feed, and it was showing trees exploding and all that. It's
Oh
like, what
yeah.
does that really happen?
Yep.
I mean, uh, kind of reminded me of a scene from the Ardennes in Band of Brothers. Uh,
Oh
but
yeah, I've seen it happen a couple of times up in the UP, and when you're there looking at it, it almost looks like somebody crammed a pipe bomb down the middle of the tree and set it off.
that's so
And,
bizarre.
and
Why am I just hearing about this?
yeah, the bark and the wood will just go flying out sideways, and the whole top of the tree drops like a couple feet and then falls over. And it's got to get really, really, really cold for that to happen. And I know up in the UP there over the weekend, it got down to like 30 below actual temperature around Marquette. And which is kind of fun, kind of funny for the if anybody's seen the two British guys, Josh and Jace,
Yeah.
that they spend more time over here than they do at home because they love how we do things here as far as like the food we eat and the things we do and all that. Well, they are touring Michigan, and they're currently up in the Upper Peninsula. And it's their amazement at the first time they had to slow down because there was a group of snowmobilers crossing the road. They've never seen that before. Or they or the amount of snow, or the whole throw the boiling water up in the air and it's snow before it hits the ground. And I think either today or yesterday, they were over on Mackinac Island, and just totally amazed with that. But yeah, watching them, the funniest part was listening to them describe driving across the Mackinac Bridge. And then they can't figure out how Americans do it with the cold, and literally every part of my face hurts.
Yeah, I caught them the first time they went to Selden's in town is that old bar and restaurant. Dang it, is it Selden's? Yeah, where you kiss the moose.
Oh yeah.
And one of them got biscuits and gravy. I don't know if that was the same one or not, but the first time he's ever eaten biscuits and gravy,
Oh
and he was
yeah.
like in
Oh
love.
yeah. Oh, and then the one that really cracked me up was he was actually doing the video from over across the pond. He went on Amazon and ordered, because Americans swear by this stuff. I've got to try it. And he ordered ranch dressing, Hidden Valley ranch dressing. And he gets it there and he's all excited. He opens up the package. He doesn't wait to even get anything to put it on. He opens it up, puts a dab on his finger, and licks his finger and starts crying because it's so good.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, he's
now for all you preppers out there, this could have international implications for all those UN soldiers on U.S. Soil. Start stocking up on ranch dressing,
right?
And it's as good as gold when the stuff hits the fan.
Oh yeah,
biscuits.
But yeah, they crack me up. They love it over here, and they were actually, I mean, like seriously disappointed because they apparently they were here just visiting, and the powers that be didn't like the fact that they were just here visiting on a passport. They kicked them out and made them get a visa.
Yeah.
And it took them like 8 months to get a visa to come back over here.
That's just nuts.
And it's just, they're not hurting anything. They're here as tourists is what they are.
Well, yeah, if anything,
And now we're
promoting.
getting to the point where tourists can't be tourists.
They're
And
not
I know,
scamming anybody's money. They're
right? Yeah, they're just over here
promoting
having
tourism.
fun. Yeah, they're over here having fun. But yeah, that's and the I want to say it was Josh did something to his back, so he's kind of taking it slow. He ended up at the hospital twice up north there, up near Petoskey, and now he's walking around. He's on pain meds and he's got a back brace and all this other stuff because he pulled some ligaments in his spine, and I guess
That's gotta hurt.
I guess he's got a bulging disc in there somewhere too. And I'm like, that's
welcome to my world. At least he's got a disc. I ain't even got discs anymore. You big sissy, stand up.
That's well, and then of course he also did a video. He says, you guys didn't tell me because I guess over there in the UK they don't give you pain medication for anything. And of course they give him pain meds, and they forgot to warn him about the worst side effect of all of the pain meds. And everybody kept telling him, well, when you go to the pharmacy, which they were completely amazed at the fact that we have drive-through pharmacies here in the United States. Everybody kept saying, make sure you get a stool softener.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody didn't listen, and now he's sweating it because he can't number 2.
Yeah, that can happen.
It can happen. Yeah.
Yeah, in England they don't no pain meds. You don't need pain med. Here's a clean needle. Go get your heroin and state sponsored whatever. Anyways, I'll stay away from that.
Well, everybody kept warning him. And the thing is, if you don't pay attention to what you're doing, that can actually happen with over-the-counter Motrin too, if you take too much of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, slows the peristaltic movement, which is
I actually told him come down to Detroit and go to Telway or Mott's and get some sliders and eat a sack of sliders. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need no stinking stool softener. We got
when you eat enough of those, what goes out quickly or what goes in quickly comes back out.
Yeah, now that is you do ingest them by mouth, not to be inserted
right
otherwise. That's just not a good visual. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So everybody in the chat, make sure I see Mustard and Biscuit said he's recently subbed 7 stacks. Everybody sub each other up. Catch each other in the chat there and sub each other up.
The queen of the poker chip.
Yeah.
We can only strive to be as cool as 7. We'll never catch.
Got that right. Yep. She's a trooper, that one, by golly. That's just the truth, and I'm staying with it.
Yeah.
So, well, what do you think of we'll get to some news here, and I just heard this a little bit ago. What do you think of the Davos? Basically, that the notion that Trump is over there just saying, "Here's how we're going to do it from here on out." Basically, in a nutshell. I hadn't heard that theory until today, but apparently he's going to piss off some royal folks in the overall scheme of things, and I say that with a capital R.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably is, and I don't agree with everything he says in that. I mean, I understand his intentions may be good, but his delivery really stinks on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I understand you want to secure our country in that. And see, it's kind of I don't know how to put this. We our law enforcement has a job to do.
Yeah.
And there's 2 occasions here, like I said, and I haven't seen the videos, so all you see is what the media shows you. And a lot of the media is really good at trying to pouring gasoline on a lit fire.
Yep.
The first ordeal there in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, the agent had to. He was, when you see him walking away from that vehicle, he's essentially what we used to refer to as walking wounded. She did hit him with the car. He did have to seek medical treatment for internal injuries. This latest one, I have not seen the video. NBC earlier today was trying to break down a video that they had and saying that this happened, that happened. I don't know. I wasn't there. Monday morning quarterbacking is not the way to do it, but we're even seeing it here now where they're going after just the regular cops. And we all have a job to do. You hate us so much, but pardon my expression, when the shit hits the fan, who do you call?
Exactly.
And we've had a couple of instances here over the weekend, because it was my weekend to work, where we at the hospital have had to get in between idiots and law enforcement. And again, they're blaming Trump for everything. And is it part his fault? No, yeah. But there's enough blame to go around to administrations past for what they've let happen too. And the fact that, you go back, hell, we can go back to Bush 40. Every president has had a policy for immigration, and every other president was just fine. It was just fine what they were doing until, and I think they said Obama even deported over 2 million people in his first term, and that was okay. But now that they're actually doing their job, it's bad.
Yeah.
They're screaming they want due process. Well, they didn't. There was no due process coming in, but you want due process going out. And they made a big deal on the news about this 5-year-old kid. Well, his father abandoned him and his mother wouldn't take him. So they were, legitimately, they were protecting this kid from what was going on and everything else. That's why they took him inside. And but yeah, he's gonna tick a lot of people off. And my take on it is we need to put our country first. We don't need to worry about Greenland. It's been there forever. It's not going anywhere. It's not a threat to us. We need to tighten up the purse strings and quit giving money to other countries when we've got our own people that are sleeping under overpasses and in cardboard boxes and alleys. Our veterans can't get timely care at the VA.
Yep.
We need to worry about that first, not funding a war in the Middle East, funding a war in Ukraine. We shouldn't have anything to do with that.
Nope, I agree with you 100%. 100%. Absolutely. And well, there's, like you said, there's plenty of blame to go around, because I honestly think that how do I say this? Well, I don't know if I need to say it gingerly, but for the left to openly, you can call it insurrection, whatever you want to call it, but to openly go against this nation's history as a country of a nation of laws.
Yeah.
And to call for that to happen is
Right.
just shows you where, where a lot of, I don't know. That's we could do a 2-hour chat on that
Right.
topic all by itself, but
Well, and one
it's
of the other
interesting.
things that really irritates the crap out of me is you've got the one side that keeps calling this country a democracy. If you want a democracy, if that's the term you want to use, go across, from where I'm at, go across the river to Canada.
Yeah.
Where they tell you what you can own and what you can't own. You have to have the government health insurance, which one doesn't, they determine what you need and what you don't need. And none of them are doctors that are making the decisions. People are having to wait months for critical care and dying. They actually give you the option for assisted suicide.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people can't afford, you can't even afford to go get groceries to feed your family over there.
Yep.
There's and I mentioned this before, there's a guy here that I followed on YouTube for a long time. He used to be a van lifer, but he has since, he's got an actual sticks and bricks house. He got married. He's got I think his daughter's like a year and a half now. He went to Walmart over there, and all he bought a gallon of milk, like a 10-pack of diapers, because he wanted to throw the diapers in the diaper bag for when they're out and about. He eats a lot of vegetables, so he bought like a package of carrots, a thing of celery, and a couple of cucumbers, and it was $80.
Good Lord. That's
And
just,
they think that's okay over there. Well, we're not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic.
that's right.
There's a big difference.
And how many of the young generation, have had this democracy term shoved down their throat for so
Right.
long that that's what they
Yeah.
think it is.
Yeah. Or
And that's
the videos have been out there. There was this big, whatever you want to call it, demonstration or whatever, out in front of Parliament in Ottawa. And it was it was I want to say it was a Middle Eastern based demonstration. Well, this guy's standing over on the corner. He's got one of those radios with the big speaker, and he's playing "Oh Canada." The police came over and shut it off and told him if he turned it back on, they were going to arrest him. But I thought, but you say we have freedom of speech here. Well, you can't play that. I can't play our national anthem. And he was told if he turned it back on. That's a democracy, where they tell you what they tell you what you can and can't do. Here, we tell the government what we can and can't do.
As a representative republic, constitutional
republic, yes.
Yep.
Or the bit where their current prime minister was even going to try to restrict what kind of vehicles they could drive in Canada. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Oh, we've got it so great over here. No, actually, you don't.
Yeah, compared to what?
Right. And I used to love going over to Windsor, going over to Point Pelee, all that. I haven't been over to Canada since before 9/11, and I got no reason to go over there now. I mean, I might eventually take a ride over, and once I've got to where I've got the time to do it, I might and I'm not flying over there. Forget that. Might drive out to Vancouver to see some friends of mine out there. I got a couple friends that live just outside of Windsor, but other than that, I've got no reason to go over there.
Yep.
Because when they realize you're from the States, they treat you like crap. So.
Yep. I don't anticipate any travel anywhere internationally. No. Unless Trump buys Greenland and then go up there.
Yeah. Go up there to see it, to say you were there.
Yep, there you go. I
Yeah,
see if
and
my
it's crazy all the things that have happened over the years now, where now we have to, you're an American born citizen, and you have to, and it's just irritated me just out of principle that I had to go to the Secretary of State and pay like I was renewing my driver's license, which I wasn't because it still had a year left on it, to get them to put that little map of Michigan with the star in the middle on my driver's license to prove to the idiots at the airport
yeah.
that I'm an American citizen so I can fly within my home country.
Yep.
And
Not so
it's
much.
like, oh, here we go. We're starting down that road. But and even my son, because we're going to North Carolina in May, he says, Dad, make sure you go to the Secretary of State. Already done, man. And now I can kind of see why, because you and I were talking about it before we went live. I don't know if it made national news or not, but we had some ding dong, and that's as polite as I can put it, that thought it was a good idea to drive from the far side of town to let me give you the full name: Detroit Wayne County Airport, Wayne County Metropolitan Airport. Basically, we call it Metro Airport, the big airport in Metro Detroit. He decides he's going to drive out there, go up to the McNamara terminal, which is your bigger domestic terminal and your international terminal for flights, and get in the far left lane of the road that takes you up to departures, and make a hard right and drive right through the international departure door of the airport with his car. And fortunately, we were talking about this at work. Fortunately, with the weather the way it's been in like 3/4 of the country, there weren't a lot of people in the terminal at the time because all the flights were canceled. He did hurt 6 people, but
I did hear that.
Yeah, he went through the door, took the cement pillars that were in front of the door with him, and drove right into the ticket counter at Delta. And this idiot thinks he did nothing wrong. Now there may be some, the eggs between his ears might be scrambled, don't know, but unfortunately, my coworkers and I had the distinct displeasure of babysitting this idiot all weekend because we are the nearest hospital to the airport. And and like I said, he thinks he did nothing wrong, so I proved a point. Yeah, okay, keep saying that. Say that when the alphabet agencies come back and start talking to you again. Go ahead and say you proved a point. Tell them you proved a point. So, and then on top of that, and it was kind of funny. Everybody kept sharing the videos that were on social media and tagging. He had a Detroit Lions jersey on, and everybody started tagging that particular Lions player in their shares of the videos. And look, he's even wearing an Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey. And I said something about it at work, and one of the people that doesn't follow football at all says, well, how do you know that? And I said, because I got the same damn jersey hanging up in my closet at home. But this morning before we got off, one of our nurses who lives and dies with the Detroit Lions, worse than me, he says, hey, man, he says, look at this. And he pulls it up on his phone. Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is literally one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He's very down to earth. He just makes his money playing football. He's not one of those hoity-toity nose in the air kind of guys.
Prima donna.
If there's a charity in need or something, he's the first one in there with his checkbook going, how much do you need?
Nice.
He does this where he shares this one video, and all he does is he puts a comment underneath. It's like, bruh, you all right? Because you can't understand what this guy's saying. And I mean, all you see is that big number 14 in the camera shot. That's all you see is the 14, and you hear the guy screaming, so, "Hey, bro, you all right? You sure you're all right, man?" But no, it's the way our world's going now, and that's why we got to be vigilant. We got to have eyes in the back of our head, the sides of our head, head on a swivel, constantly being aware of our surroundings, because you just never know.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's right. That's right. I don't know. You know me. I'm always ready.
And the funny part of it though is the first couple of videos that came out, all you see are these, and I joke around with the officers all the time. They they wear these very loud, and I mean loud, winter coats, the airport cops. I mean, they look like the jackets that a lot of the cops wear in the UK. Bright yellow, reflective. You can see them 10 miles away and all that. And all you see are all these glow in the dark jackets running through the terminal. And it's like, man, I bet half of those people haven't run that fast ever in their lives. And they still didn't get there quick enough, because it was two TSA agents from one of the checkpoints that had the guy on the ground and in handcuffs before they got there. So, but
well,
Kansas Kid
is in the house.
Yes.
He did a video just recently. I started watching it, and of course something came up, and I turned it off, and there you go. And haven't got back to it. I feel like I've let the entire community down. Of course,
it's just been some
they miss me
crazy
or not.
times. It's been some crazy times. I have my routine, and like I say, I try to get on and catch everybody. I got everybody, notifications on for everybody, and heck, I'm always there, even if it's just for 5 minutes, when MSJ and Stack Attack do their Wednesday night thing. I totally missed that on Wednesday. I know my Silver Journey and Thule, I don't think did one this weekend, but I've missed a couple of those, and it's just I just can't keep up.
I catch I catch those sorts of things on the replay. I mean, I haven't even caught any auctions. I've been in and out for a few minutes at a time. Of course,
right.
I haven't got any money to spend on stuff anyway. But
me either.
I just don't. There's always something that that comes up that it's like real life stuff, I guess.
Well, so that's I've even been where I'll pop in for a few minutes for GSF when he and Thule do their auctions, and it's like, hey guys, I'm just here spectating, here for moral support, and then even a couple of my people I watch on Whatnot, I do the same thing with them. So just, hey, just here for moral support tonight, because it's just like you said, you can't afford it right now.
Yep. Hey, here's a quick shot, a vintage piece.
Oh, here, let me make you big.
And if you know, you know. You ready for this?
Oh yeah, I've got one of those.
Vintage. We don't need no stinking silver. That's a vintage piece right there from the Kansas Kid.
We've got a few. I've got one of those.
AKA AG, I think, back then.
Yeah.
Golly, how much stuff has happened in this community, and the the stacking community.
He's like,
over the last couple of years. What is that? Yeah.
Yeah, he says, what is that?
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Don't be bad mouthing my 7.6. That
was a great year.
Yeah. I'm close to the. Well, I got the 1976, but yeah. It was.
Speaking of vintage, you got a race car sitting there.
Yeah.
And I just realized I got it sitting here I gotta here. Let me. Oh, wait a minute. No, I just want to make him smaller for a second. We gotta get you the one for this past year.
Oh, nice. 2.5.
Yeah, because for those of you that
Get me a date run going on them.
For those of you that don't know how silly I can be, I go to I'm a huge race fan, and my son and I have a standing date every year for NASCAR weekend at Michigan International Speedway, and I always, just to have some fun with it, I do what I call 200-mile-an-hour silver, and it was actually that guy's idea. I just took it and ran with it, and I snuck Cranky into the track back in June.
Yep.
So,
first time I ever been to a NASCAR.
Yeah, and well, we're gonna do it. Well, it's technically twice this year. I'll do it for the race on Saturday and the race on Sunday. But if you're counting by race, we will have 5 of them this year because my son and I will be going to Charlotte, North Carolina, Memorial Day weekend for the Coca-Cola 600 weekend, which all 3 series will be running that weekend. One on Friday, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. And, it's just, a lot of people look at me like I'm nuts, but they've only watched the races on TV. You gotta go to the track. You gotta feel it. You gotta smell it. You gotta see it in person. It's a totally different thing. And,
now, just a heads up to you, MSJ, in case you catch this on the replay, you'll have a couple of house guests for a couple of days.
Actually, he's quite a ways away from Charlotte, if I remember right.
It's closer than Detroit.
Yeah, well, yeah. But yeah, we're lock the doors and hide the women. We're heading for Charlotte, North Carolina.
Isn't Mustard and Biscuits in North Carolina?
I don't remember.
Where are you from, Mustard? I was thinking somewhere I saw he was from North Carolina, but
because I know I want to say, well, I know it's a yeah. Yes, he's 4 or 5
Raleigh.
hours away.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
I did the Google Maps thing because I wanted to go up and see Mr. Warren. I don't think that's going to happen this time around, but it's like a 4-hour drive from the hotel we're staying at to Mr. Warren's shop.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other day trip there.
And if we were driving down, originally we were going to drive down. We were going to take the long way, cut through DC over to 95, and then go down 95. But I had a lot more vacation time when we started planning than I do now.
Yeah.
Damn hospital visits and stuff.
We gotta talk about how you choose to spend your
your
PTO.
That was what they do is the healthcare corporation that I work for. If you go out on short-term disability, before you actually hit your short-term disability, your first week that you're off has to come out of your PTO bank or your vacation bank. Okay, 40 hours. Well, now I'm fighting with them because when I went back to work, I only had 4.7 hours, but before I went out with my foot, I had like 87 hours. They took all my PTO from me.
Wow.
And it's like, no, well, you didn't pay me for it. Where is it? You can give it back to me.
Yeah.
And then of course that little extra weekend there around New Year's, that didn't help matters any either, even though only one day of that was a day I was supposed to work. So I got to find better ways to spend my days off too. So
yeah.
But on that note, and I told Cranky this before we went live, for those of you that know what was going on with me health-wise, saw my primary care doctor on Wednesday, saw the foot guy on Thursday, and I am good for another 5,000 miles.
Excelente.
Everything is great. The numbers are where they're supposed to be. Drinking water by the gallon, so I don't, so the lights don't go out on me when I'm at work again. Everything's great. So we're
Very
chugging
good.
along, working on getting back toward normal. So,
Very good.
yeah.
Good news.
Yeah.
Well, Michi, I got Marty the Wonder Dog
Oh yeah.
looking at me for some
She's like,
roast beast and chicken.
oh my, there you go. Sounds good.
You can call me. You tell me I spoil my dogs, but she doesn't
Yeah,
eat
you
much.
know
Like,
what though? They're like our kids, and we had a
hi, you
neighbor.
Southeast.
We
sorry.
had a neighbor when I was a kid that she always had Chihuahuas, and I swear to God, those dogs ate better than I did.
Yeah. Well,
if I won't eat it, they're not eating it, and they eat a lot of chicken. So.
well, the Marty. Yesterday was Marty's 9th birthday.
Aw.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm just we were really happy. I got her some liver treats, but
Oh boy.
she's kind of starting to slow down. I think 10 to 12 is a pretty good run for a Pyrenees, and she's got a lot of that in her. Her hips are really getting bad, and so it might wind up taking both of us out in the field one of these days.
Oh.
If I gotta go, I gotta go with my boots on and my dog by my side. There.
Our pets have a way of surprising us. Real quick story. My roommate read this story to me about it was a senior bull terrier. See, I hate using the term pit bull is not a breed. Pit bull is a stigma put on bull terriers.
Yeah.
They are some of the sweetest dogs in the world unless you train them to be evil.
Mm-hmm.
This bull terrier had been in a shelter.
They're kind of a lot like kids, Michi.
Pretty much. This bull terrier had been in a shelter for quite a long time. Was getting up there in age, or so they thought. And this couple came in and they wanted to adopt a senior dog, because the senior dogs deserve to live out their days just like puppies. And they took this dog home, and on the paperwork it said senior dog hospice. And this dog just, and the family surrendered the dog because all it does is lay around and sleep. That's all it does. It doesn't move around. And when it does, it doesn't go. We don't want this dog anymore.
Yeah.
So this couple takes the dog home, and they had a stuffed toy for the dog, and it wasn't anything special. It was just a old stuffed toy they had laying around, and the dog held on to that thing like it was its puppy. And a week or two went by, and the dog did a lot of sleeping, a lot of laying around, didn't move around very much. But then they made sure that the husband and wife they made sure that this big boy, house hippo as some people call him, knew that he was loved, and everything was all right, and he could relax and live out his final days, surrounded the way he should be and all that. Well, all of a sudden, the dogs, all of a sudden, like second, third week, dogs got the zoomies running all over the house, just, being a dog, and, holding on to that stuffed animal like it was his only possession, tighten his teeth and all that, zipping back and forth. And then, he was, out. Next thing you know, they're out in the backyard, and the dog, he's running all over the backyard. They couldn't keep up with him and all that. And all of a sudden, he was fine again. He was fine. There's nothing wrong with him. He was just like a big, full-grown puppy. And
he needed some love.
Come to find out, he wasn't fit. They said he was 15. Well, he lived to be 15, so he lived another 5 years after they
Nice.
took him home. They took him home so he could die in peace and love. And he lived 5 years. So our dogs can, our pets can surprise us. You know, even Buddha here, he scared the living tar out of us back in the fall. I mean, all of a sudden out of nowhere, he quit eating. He was hiding all the time. He got real skinny. Half his fur fell out. We're like, oh, you know, no, we're expecting to find him curled up in a corner, gone one morning, and now he's shaking the house when he runs through it again. His hair's grown back. He's, you know, 3 times the cat he used to be, and you know, just being a goofy cat. You know, so they have a way of surprising us. So
Well,
I think Marty's one of those dogs. Marty's not ready to split yet.
No. Every once in a while, she'll grab a stuffed toy and just she doesn't run anymore. She just grabs it and walks up to you.
She's being
You know,
she's being the
she's
lady.
playing. She's playing. Yeah, but and Franny, of course, can't stand it when she does. She wants that toy when only when Marty picks it up and decides she wants to do something with it. But
well, Southeast said it was 31 for a high today. Yeah, well, that's twice what we had today. It was like 15 here today.
yeah, I was going to say you're about 28 degrees warmer than
right. Yeah, we're still trying to dig out the driveway. So
yeah, we're not. We're. I mean, shoot, you were talking earlier. It's like we've had, we already had 15 below and
yeah,
30 below wind chills, in the evening. They're not even getting that up in the UP. There's
right. Well, the UP, I know a lot of people, and I've turned into one of them just because I can't enjoy it anymore. There's a lot of people that hate the snow, and when I tell them how great it is that the UP's got the amount of snow and cold that they've had this winter, because you're keeping families that have businesses in business, and it's you're the snowmobiling, cross country skiing, snowshoeing. The motels are packed, the restaurants are packed, the gas stations are constantly got customers coming and going, the grocery stores and all that. I've got several friends up there that, pardon the expression, almost lost their ass the last few winters because there was no snow. So when you see those pictures where it looks like the sidewalk in front of the businesses on Main Street look like a canyon, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah. All right. I got to go get Miss Marty fed.
Yep,
I did not get my token call from Grandma Cranky, so apparently she excuse me for coughing.
Get Marty fed and maybe check on Grandma Cranky.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. She's I had a bittersweet visit down there this last week. It's getting to the hard to leave kind of times. The old girl, I love her. Anyways,
I hear you.
All right. Well, next time, how about next time? Let me figure out something, and we'll do a gifty sort of thing, some sort of contest at the end of next one, and see what we can come up with for those who want to join us again next time. It'll be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, and it'll be here before you know it, if your days are going like mine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we'll do something.
Oh yeah.
Like my dad used to say, right, wrong, or indifferent, we're gonna do something. So
there you go.
All right.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely we'll see everybody in 2 weeks. Like I said, I am taking a break from doing videos. Everything's fine. Just need to get some stuff caught up and hit the reset button on some things. And but I will still be here with Cranky every 2 weeks. You know, we have fun. We don't necessarily do a whole lot of talking about medals and stuff. You know, try to, if we
Definitely
can,
don't
get
solve any of the
everybody,
world's problems. Yeah.
right? Yeah, get you know, get everybody's mind on something different for a little while. Because, you know, no matter how much we say don't do it, a lot of people really stress out about this stuff. And you know, if we can get your mind off it for a few minutes, get you to laugh or something, you know, hey, that's what we're gonna do.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I will let Cranky go first.
Yeah, just what Michi was saying about what we do. It's good to it's very good for me to get in and do this with him every couple of weeks because I don't get out much anymore, and I really appreciate everybody that comes in and hell these days a laugh is cheaper than an ounce of silver. So there you go.
Absolutely.
Anyways, yeah. So stay safe, shoot straight, keep stacking, stack the right stuff, y'all. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody, keep stacking, keep hunting. Stack what you like, stack what you can afford. Don't stress out about it. Have fun with it. And always, as always, make sure you let the people you love know it. We'll see y'all soon. We're out.